K-Rock Atlantic Rock Review's Marmy Rock Show. We are in downtown Baltimore. We've got Lou from New Jersey band Palisades with us. They got a self-titled record that came out about a year ago, and it's an amazing record. Lou, welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here today. I appreciate that.
So, hey, I kind of found you guys through, I heard the tune Aggression. I was like, man, I got to learn more about these guys. And then Letdown came out, both of which were in our Golden Dozen. So talk about kind of the explosion of your band since the self-titled record came out.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, let me say thank you for including our song today. That really means a lot to us. And when we were recording this self-titled album, we really wanted to dive deep into ourselves and find out what really makes Palisades Palisades. And when we were doing that, we cut ourselves off from the world. We didn't go on Twitter, no Instagram, no Facebook, no nothing. And the only thing we had was each other. And we were all going through really hard points in our lives at that time. And we kind of just dug in deep and were focused on, making something so genuinely true and real that when we put it out that everyone can relate to and feel like they've been in the same place. And ever since that, we kind of feel like we've had such a connection with our fans, and we're building this culture of people that feel like they've gone through the same things as us, and that's the most incredible feeling in the entire world.
Yeah, so really, you talked a little bit about the turn from Mind Games. For folks that maybe know you from Mind Games, how would you describe this album as different?
If I would compare it, I feel like Mind Games was kind of like a teenage album. It was, I kind of view everything as artistry as kind of just growing up. When you're younger, you make stuff that maybe is a little bit more immature and you're not really sure where you are yet. And, when you're older, you kind of figure out exactly what you want to do in the sound. So, for the Mind Games era, that was more of a fun kind of time in our band's career. And now with this new album, I think we've matured a lot and kind of really set up exactly the maturity aspect of the band. We've evolved to talk about things that really matter to us and that we've really gone through in our lives.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that because lyrically speaking, there really aren't like any tender love songs on this record. I mean, you got Aggression, Letdown, Hard Feelings, Through Hell. Talk a little bit. You said it was kind of coming from a dark place, was it?
Yeah. During that time, all of us were going through some things. We severed a lot of things during that time. Relationships, friendships. Things that were going on in the family. Things that were going on in the state of the world. Everything that was going on really was like a turning point, and not only us as musicians, but us as people. So all the emotions that we were going through, I always say that when you listen to the self-titled, it's kind of like this emotional roller coaster of every single emotion on the mood board that you have is kind of like portrayed in this album. So yeah, kind of want to do that.
So I was watching the Better Chemicals music video the other day. Tell me a little bit about the making of the video and that song itself.
Yeah, the making of the music video was an incredible process. That was such a long day. We actually shot Letdown and Better Chemicals in the same day, both videos for those two songs. We got there at 9 a.m. We shot Letdown first. We had to do that one really quick. And then after that, we set up Better Chemicals. And we kind of wanted to make it seem like it was like this kind of sci-fi world, kind of like Matrix-esque kind of thing, and it was really, really fun. The crew that we worked with was incredible. Caleb, everybody was on that. Our manager was there helping us. It was just a great day. It came out really cool too.
So you guys have a very aggressive touring schedule right now. Like you get a break. So you're doing a headlining tour right now. We've got one little thing we're going to ask you about in a minute, which is called Shiprock. Yeah. But then I also want to ask you about Europe. So have you guys done Europe before, and what are you expecting when you get over there?
Yeah, we've been to Europe about 5 or 6 times now. So we love Europe so much. The fan base that we have in Europe is so diehard because tours don't come there as often as they do in America. So it's like whenever we go over there, the fans are so dedicated. They usually make us flags with our logos on it. They bring us so much awesome fan art. The fan base there is incredible. And since we've been there so many times, we're really excited to see some new fans that we haven't had, and some awesome OG fans that come out all the time. So it's gonna be great. We're gonna be going over there in the end of January, early February with Escape the Fate. So it's gonna be an awesome time. We're excited.
So now I get to ask you about Shiprock. We are going on our 6th Shiprock. I believe it's your first. So talk a little bit about the excitement and what you guys are feeling, because it's only a month away.
Yeah, oh man, I'm so excited. First of all, the lineup is so incredible. Like Stone Sour, you got Beartooth on there. They're good friends of ours. It's going to be such an awesome time. And the one thing that's crazy is that I've never been on a cruise before in my life. I'm a little nervous. I get seasick. So I'm going to just get
you and me will have to talk. I got a million remedies for you. So We'll talk
Perfect.
off air on. I can get you through that. I'm the most seasick prone person I've ever met.
I'm just excited, man. The culture of Shiprock is so huge that we've seen lately. The Shiprockers, man, like you guys, like it's such a family atmosphere, and I hear everybody just takes care of each other, and it's just such a fun time. It's gonna be awesome. We're super excited.
One of the things I love about Shiprock Cruise is, and I was telling one of your bandmates this a little while ago, is it's like no other concert where I can be standing with Miss MARR and watching a show, and I look to my left and there's Seven Dust, and you might see, Limp Bizkit standing to your right. Is there somebody on your list that is kind of that wow band that you're like, man, I'm gonna catch their set?
Corey Taylor, like, are you kidding me? He's a god. Like, I'm hoping to go on a slip and slide or like a water slide with him or something. Like, hey man, what's up? Like, that'd be awesome.
So, talk about a cool way to start 2018. I asked you about Europe, and I meant to ask in that question: is there one country over there in particular that has embraced you guys?
In Europe?
Yeah.
I would say Germany has been incredible. Germany's got such an awesome rock fan base. They're amazing. Portugal, we got a real bunch of diehard fans in Portugal. They always hit us up on Twitter. Literally, like England's been amazing. The UK. France, Paris. We've been there so many times with bands that do so well in Europe that, like bands like Our Last Night, who are like some of our best friends, they have such a great fan base over there. It's been incredible. And then we've even gone over to Russia, and the Russian fans are amazing. Been to Japan, those fans are amazing. So it's just such
done it all.
Yeah. we really want to get to Australia, South America, more of Asia next year. That'd be incredible to do.
So, some boys from New Jersey, I was going to ask you, I looked up your hometown. Is it Iceland? Is that how you say it? Island, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Tell me a little bit about Island. And it's, I know it's close to the Jersey Shore, but it's close to New York. So there's a band coming up.
Yeah.
Where did you play? Did you play in your hometown? Did you play in New York?
So I'm actually originally from Florida, but all the guys, I've lived in Jersey now for about 6 years. And before I lived in Florida, I did live in New Jersey too, but more South Jersey. So, but yeah, growing up, I mean, the guys played all over. Asbury Park, they played in Elizabeth, you played in, down south, up north, you go to New York. We're right in between New York and Philly. So Philly's about an hour 45. New York's just a train ride away, 45 minutes. If you drive, it's an hour, 20 minutes, something like that. And so it's so close. We, growing up playing like Webster Hall and, all that stuff, like everywhere in the city. It's incredible. New Jersey's such a special place because it's such a hub for music. You know what I mean? Like, Bon Jovi went to the same high school that Aaron went to when he was in high school, and he got kicked out of it. So it's crazy. There's so much culture for rock music in New Jersey, and it's just an incredible place to live at. We always say how fortunate we are just to be so close to New York City. That's the best city in the world. You know what I mean? And it's awesome to be able to just embrace the culture in New York, and everything comes with it.
Now, I noticed already Carolina Rebellion was announced, and I know you can't be specific, but can we predict that maybe we'll see you at some other big summer festivals?
Absolutely. The Danny Wimmer festivals are incredible. We did Louder Than Life. What was it, a few months ago, and that in Kentucky in Louisville, Louisville, right?
Yeah, Louisville.
And that was the best festival we've ever played in our entire lives. Completely amazing staff, incredibly well run. Everyone there was super friendly, and we had one of the biggest crowds of an opening band ever on main stage. We were told that, so that was an awesome thing. That was a milestone.
Do you enjoy your headlining now? Like, it's such a difference to be on that stage of Carolina Rebellion, and then at the show like tonight, more intimate show where you're headlining. Do you enjoy one over the other more, or they're just totally different experiences?
Totally different. I think the both have their ups and downs. You know what I mean? But like, when you're playing a huge show, it's such a rush. Like, you're on. There's so looking out to a sea of people is like the coolest feeling in the world. But then you don't get that, like, give the mic out kind of moment to fans. And when you're playing a smaller club tour, it's like you get kids jumping on stage, you get people crowd surfing to the front. You can hear the word, like, it's just so different things. But I love both of them.
So one last thing, and I appreciate you taking the time before your show tonight. Making the transition to a heavier band. Two things about that. One, I'm going to assume you're enjoying the transition and the fans. But secondly, what's that doing for you as a vocalist? Is it challenging, or is it?
I think as an artist, you always want to challenge yourself, because when you're not challenging yourself, you're not doing anything different. When you write the same thing, or when you don't push yourself as a person or as an artist, you don't grow. So I love this challenge. Every producer I've ever worked with has always pushed me to a different level. and I like to push myself to the level. I think one of my fortes with me specifically with my voice is the power behind my voice, and I'm really excited to get to explore that more, especially on this new album, and even more on the new album coming. We're actually already writing the new album. We got a bunch of demos. We're going to be recording actually really soon. So there's gonna be a new album coming out, and I love it. Just the things that Sirius XM and Octane and all the other rock radio stations that have been playing our stuff. The fan base that's come with it. There's such diehard, awesome people, and it's so cool to see at these shows such a melting pot of fans. We have our fans that we've had forever, fans from Warped Tour, and now we have Shiprockers, and we have the Octane fan base, and just to see all these people in harmony, just coming for the same reason, whether they're 15, 16, or 40 years old, or
even older, like me,
or even older. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I mean? It's an amazing thing, because that's what we want to do. We want to make music for the whole world. You know what I mean? I think a band that did that incredibly was Linkin Park. You know what I mean? Chester Bennington.
You guys have a little of that in you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Chester Bennington's one of my heroes. The whole band, like, we started music because of bands like Linkin Park. So, like, that's something they did so well, is they brought everyone together. You know what I mean? People listen to rock music, people listen to hip hop music, people that listen to like every genre loves Linkin Park. And if we can bring
pioneers in that.
Yeah, and if we can do that kind of same thing, bring everyone together, doesn't matter what you look like, what your religion is, what you think, anything, just as long as you like good music and you feel something and you get an emotional connection for us, that's the goal.
I've had a great time talking to you, man. We've had Lou from Palisades. I said it wrong again. Island, New Jersey band. And so we're going to look forward to seeing you in Baltimore tonight. We're really going to look forward to seeing you in Shiprocked, and I hope at some of our summer festivals that we've got on our bill this summer.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Thanks, man.